Hey everyone, or no one, welcome back to my daily drive. This weekend's been pretty good. Let's see, one big thing was I finally created a teacher council meeting schedule proposal because we had ward council this weekend. Basically, with the help of ChatGPT, it was actually pretty good. Created a doc file so it's easily understood. Basically, the problems that we had before was we did have like a schedule or a plan when the teacher council meetings would be, but we would usually, like, if we don't really like carefully, I guess, really go to it more often, there's times when we would forget that we were supposed to have a teacher council meeting like tomorrow or soon, and we didn't really plan for it. So being able to make it easier to remember when we have teacher council meetings. Another issue was we felt we had too many teacher council meetings, different groups, because all the teachers or leaders are supposed to go into a teacher council meeting every quarter. And also one of the concerns were for the primary, since they teach every week, we had to do it either after church. Well, we did have to do it after church, and we've kind of heard from other teachers that it was a little difficult for them, and so we needed to come up with a solution to keep it simple. Also, one of the problems were finding substitutions for teachers when they attend teacher council meetings when they were supposed to teach. So finally came up with a plan. Ward council was pretty agree that it was a good idea. I still do need to talk to the primary presidency though, but basically the solution is, since it's done every quarter, so I narrowed it down to in a way where we will only have teacher council meetings once a month, which is going to be nice. We will know for sure that every month we will have a teacher council meeting, and we just have to figure out when that is during that month. So the rotation goes like this. So there's 3 months. Month 1, 2, 3 for every quarter. Month 1 is would be group 1. So group 1 on the first month, this will be this will be held on a first or a third Sunday of that month, and this will be for the teachers teaching on the second or fourth week of that month, which is the Elders Quorum, Relief Society, Young Men, Young Women Leaders. And then for primary, we decided to split into 2 groups, which I'll explain a little bit later. So basically Group A and Group B. So Group A for the primary for that month 1. And then so that'll be for the first month. For the second month, it'll be Group 2. And these will be for the teachers that are teaching in the first week and the third week, which is going to be the Sunday school teachers. So the youth Sunday school teachers, the adult Sunday school teachers, because they're not teaching that week. So that way we don't have to look for subs. They're already not teaching that day, that week. So that would be, that'll make it easy, not needing for subs. And then it'll be Group B, for the primary Group B. And then for the third week, it'll be the parents. So we'll have a teacher council meeting for parents on the third month of the quarter. And then the cycle just repeats every quarter. That makes it easy, that we don't need to do after church. For primary though, let me explain a little bit how it works. There's 5 classes in primary. I guess I don't need to go into detail though exactly what class, but basically what will happen in the group A of primary will be 2 classes, and basically what happens is those 2 classes will just combine to the next class up or down. So let's say if it was let's say 4-year-olds, then they'll just go into the 5-year-olds. Whichever teacher is missing, that class just goes to the next one. The same thing with group B. The 3 classes will be combined to the other one, except because it's 3 and not exactly sure if it'll be too much or not. The only one thing that primary presidency needs to do is either sub for that one class, which is actually going to be the Valiant 10, sub for that class. And I did propose that, hey, what if this Valiant 10, because they go into Young Men and Young Women's, what if they go to Young Men and Young Women's for that week, for that second hour? And we've been suggested, how about the last quarter of that year, because from that last quarter, that's when they'll be transitioning up to Young Men and Young Women. There's some topics and stuff that they might discuss that might be not for their age, I guess. But yeah, it makes sense. So what we decided, if it's the last quarter, the Valiant 10 will move up to Young Men and Young Women for that particular Sunday. But the other 3 quarters, which is going to be 3 classes of the year, primary presidency will probably just need to either sub for that class, or they just need to find a sub for them. So it works out. That worked out really well. It's gonna keep it simple, keep it clean, and that was a big thing. I shared with the ward council, and then we also had a presidency meeting in the Sunday school, which was nice. So that was one of the big success for this weekend. Our next teacher council meeting would be in 2 weeks, and that'll be for group 2. So yeah, I think that's one of the good things that happened this weekend. My morning schedule is still doing great. Woke up 4 a.m. in the morning, and yeah, I was able to do Uber this morning. Had I believe it was 3 or 4 rides, and now I'm just going to work. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to try to keep it more simple from now on, try to stay more on topic. But yeah, that is what I decide to do for my topic today. And tomorrow I'll find another topic to discuss and try to explain. I think it went pretty well though, explanation. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow.